Thank you for joining me today. I'm The Onion's Washington Bureau Chief, Elizabeth Strickland. For more than 250 years, The Onion has stood alone as the most trusted, most venerated, and most feared name in journalism. And over that time, our publication has developed an unrivaled reputation for breaking the world's biggest stories. From our first on-the-scene coverage of the sinking of the USS Maine, which our reporters rigged to explode in Havana Harbor in 1898, to our peerless reporting on the unjust imprisonment of The Onion's dear friend and business associate, Slobodan Milosevic, in 2001. The Onion has always delivered the news faster, more accurately, and with more unrestrained brute force than any other media organization in human history. Today, The Onion is poised to carry on its rich tradition of reportage by breaking what is, without a doubt, the most important story any of our readers have ever encountered in their lifetimes, and likely will ever encounter for the remainder of their earthly existences. Up until now, the American public have only been able to speculate about our new president and the unseen workings of his unorthodox administration. But today that all changes. The Onion is releasing to the public a trove of classified documents and secret recordings that we have received from a whistleblower within the highest levels of President Trump's White House. The more than 700 pages of documents that we have procured provide an in-depth and unfiltered glimpse of the commander-in-chief, the figures who surround him, and the initiatives they seek to enact. It goes without saying that these documents will radically reshape the world's understanding of President Trump and his administration, and will, in all certainty, alter the course of American history forever. With the aid of The Onion's 300,000 staffers in its numerous news bureaus and manual labor camps around the world, our editorial board has painstakingly authenticated every one of these pages. And in service of the public interest, The Onion has made all of these documents available to view on our website without edits or redactions. Admittedly, there is so much information to sort through that the hundreds of migrant laborers in The Onion's basement are still combing through much of it as we speak. The collection of documents and recordings obtained by our White House informant includes countless revelations about those at the highest levels of our nation's government, from President Trump's paralyzing fear of lighthouses, to Vice President Pence's impure thoughts about the Morton Salt Girl, to Sean Spicer's descent into madness while being confined in his punishment crate. Each page of these documents is teeming with momentous disclosures that span every department, agency, and gaping pit being tunneled beneath the White House. By visiting The Onion's website, the public can now freely peruse this expansive collection of top-secret intelligence, unreleased executive orders, intercepted email correspondences, private memorandums, and countless pages of the president's doodles. Needless to say, no individual or news organization has ever produced a document leak of such consequence or magnitude at any point in recorded history. Before we go further, please note that The Onion has elected not to reveal the identity of its White House source. For securing this cache of documents and providing it to us at great personal peril, we will honor and protect this brave individual's anonymity. Unless, of course, there is some monetary gain to be made by The Onion in divulging the name and title of this person, in which case we encourage interested parties to please contact us via email with your phone number and bid amount. Without further delay, I'd like to take this opportunity to walk through just a few of the revolutionary White House documents that The Onion has procured. What we're looking at here is known as the President's Daily Brief. It's a classified security briefing that President Trump receives every morning from the Director of National Intelligence. As you can see in this particular briefing from February 15th, the president was apprised of numerous urgent threats to the nation's security, and he was also given the latest figures on the proliferation of Su-30 fighter jets in Southeast Asia. Furthermore, the Director of National Intelligence provided President Trump with the latest facts regarding a submarine base that China was reportedly building in the Sea of Japan. What is particularly fascinating about each of the president's daily briefings is that they include illuminating comments and other annotations made by the president himself, such as the notes we see here next to this highly sensitive information relating to the United States' fellow G7 states, or the president's apparent attempts to work through his options regarding U.S. troop drawdowns in Afghanistan. According to our source, the president receives his briefing around 6 every morning, typically over breakfast. And thanks to the intrepid journalism of The Onion, the public now has full, unfettered access to these briefings for the first time ever. The Onion also has numerous unreleased executive orders in its possession. This particular executive order appears to serve as a template for any number of future executive orders. Throughout this document, President Trump only needs to fill in a few words, add a detail here or there, and select one of the multiple choice wording options in order to bolster law enforcement's ability to crack down on whichever groups that he deems a threat to national security. As you can see, this executive order can be customized in any way the president sees fit in the name of enhancing national security. This particular order, like all of the others we've obtained, provides a valuable insight into the mindset of President Trump and his inner circle, and gives us a look at what we can expect in the coming months and years from this administration. Here we have one of several lawsuits filed on behalf of President Trump by the White House counsel. In this particular suit, the president is seeking restitution from a West Wing tour group that passed by his office on March 3rd. President Trump accuses the group of a long list of injurious actions which, according to the president, caused him irreparable harm, including failing to initiate a conversation with President Trump regarding the extent of his Electoral College victory, making direct eye contact with him, and yawning. The legal motion, which had been kept hidden by the Oval Office until its leak to The Onion, would certainly have far-ranging implications for President Trump if he does, in fact, win the suit and collect the $800,000 in damages he is seeking. The collection of documents we have obtained also includes hundreds of intercepted email correspondences between key administration officials, which, before today, had not been seen by any member of the general public. These email conversations provide a clear, direct, and truly candid look at the personalities who are steering our government and setting the policies that will guide our nation for the next 4 years. In addition to providing insight into the personalities within the Trump administration, these documents contain shocking evidence of sprawling government programs that until now were completely unknown outside of the West Wing. This particular document provides details of a clandestine Department of Homeland Security program to reinstate the use of torture tactics against suspected terrorists. In this PowerPoint presentation, delivered personally to the president by the DHS director, we can see that the federal government is intentionally seeking to skirt international law by holding enemy combatants in a timeless, lightless, extra-dimensional realm known as the void. Due to the unique nature of this secret program, the government is completely immune from legal scrutiny and can freely detain anyone it chooses for as many millennia as it sees fit. The government can also subject these individuals to extreme interrogation techniques that are unreviewable by international courts, including depriving them of sleep for up to 40,000 years, forcing them to watch their family members grow old and die across billions of alternate universes, and placing them in a variety of stress positions that almost certainly violate the Geneva Conventions. We believe that the public deserves the truth regarding the Trump administration's actions and intentions, which is why we're making this document and the hundreds of others we have received from our White House source available to everyone on The Onion's website. Furthermore, The Onion has received a number of documents outlining a program known as the Theseus Protocol. This program, if enacted, would greatly expand the powers of the federal government and, according to this unreleased executive order, bring about the final dissolution of the Crimson Veil and establish a new dominion within our mortal plane that shall endure forever. Additionally, these documents reveal that the Theseus Protocol, which the Trump administration evidently considers its highest priority, is being overseen by someone known only as the director. This individual has never been mentioned publicly by any member of the administration and goes completely unacknowledged on official White House personnel records. What exactly is the Trump administration hiding? And why are they attempting to conjure a being known as the many-instanced one into our dimension? The public needs to know about President Trump's role in this Theseus Protocol, as its enactment has the potential to affect every citizen and the very laws that bind our universe together. In addition to hundreds of classified documents, The Onion has also received several secret recordings from within the West Wing, including this one dated March 9th, which captures a lunchtime interaction between a White House staffer and chief strategist Steve Bannon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Bannon. I'll just dump your lunch into the trough.
It is difficult to convey the full scope of the information that is contained within these pages, given the sheer volume of files that this White House whistleblower has supplied to The Onion. A number of these documents provide valuable insight into the way the 45th president approaches his role in the international community, such as this series of encrypted messages that the president received from Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov, the content of which we have yet to fully decode. Other documents provide stunning glimpses into the daily operations of this notoriously opaque administration, such as this 2-page questionnaire that Vice President Pence requires all individuals to fill out before entering his residence or office. Several documents shed light on the president's dealings with the business community, including this piece of correspondence between President Trump and the chief executive officer of Boeing regarding potential upgrades to Air Force One. And then there are letters from everyday Americans, including dozens of school children seeking to share their thoughts, questions, and ideas with the enigmatic man who occupies the highest post in the United States. And for the betterment of our nation, The Onion has made the fearless and selfless choice to share every one of the aforementioned documents, plus hundreds more, with the general public. Though we do not yet know the full extent of this particular moment's historical impact, it can be stated with complete certitude that The Onion's publication of these Trump documents will long be recognized as a dramatic turning point in the American narrative, the repercussions of which will take decades, if not centuries, to fully comprehend. I want to thank you for joining The Onion as we yet again break a story of profound consequence and rewrite the annals of history once more. Please take the time to view this trove of White House documents for yourself on our website and bask in the towering and unmatched standard of journalistic excellence that only America's finest news source is able to uphold. Good day.